If you have taken your A-series plinth apart and need to put it back together, this is how you do so. First, make sure you have the required fasteners. You should have 4 of each. These are 20mm button head bolts, M8 washers, nylock nuts, coach bolts, spring washers, and barrel nuts. Now make sure the top and bottom parts of the plinth are facing the right way. With forwards being this way, make sure the angled side of the base is at the front. For the top, make sure the side with the vertical face is at the front. The top should then slide over the base piece, fully enclosing it. Shift the top piece to the front until the square and circular holes line up. From here, take 2 20mm button head bolts and slide them through the circular holes. If they are a snug fit, use a 5mm hex key to screw them through. Place a washer and nylock nut on the thread. Finger tighten and do the same to the other side. Now the bolts need to be fastened. It's important to note they should not be fastened all the way. The best way to achieve the correct level of tightness is by watching the thread when it starts approaching the blue ring of the nylock nut. The thread of the bolt should only stick through around 1 to 2 mm. This is so that when you adjust the height, the plinth can move smoothly. Doing this by hand will give you better control. To secure the plinth, adjust it to a position you would like, then working from one side at a time, place 2 coach bolts into the exposed square holes to keep it in place. Slide spring washers and barrel nuts over the bolts finger tight. Follow the same steps for the other side. Then fasten fully with a 5mm hex key. If you have dismantled or been sent fittings to allow for TRAX compatibility, this is how to assemble it. First, make sure you have the correct fasteners in front of you. These are 4 TRAX bolts, 4 M8 washers, 3 spring washers, 4 nylock nuts, 4 barrel nuts including one which is longer, 1 lift lever and 1 spring. Start by locating the front right or left of the base of the plinth. The holes at the front look like this. Here you can decide which side you would like the lever that allows sliding to go. Take a TRAX bolt and slide a silver washer over the back thread. Then poke the bolt through the bottom of the plinth on the side you have chosen. Place a nylock nut over the bolt at the rear. Fasten this nut right before it touches the base of the plinth. You don't want this nut to be very tight. All of the nylock nuts on the base of the plinth should be fastened in the same way. Take the lift lever and make sure the 2 points are facing towards you. Slot the lever so the metal pad at the bottom fits into the gap of the plinth and the front thread of the TRAX bolt goes through the hole of the lever. Take the longest barrel nut and slide the spring over. Insert the nut and spring through the hole of the lift lever and finger tighten until the nut hits the base of the plinth. After you feel this, loosen off the barrel nut slightly. This allows for the mechanism to move smoothly. For the rest of the bolts, make sure the barrel nuts are always on the outer sides of the plinth. Starting at the front next to the lift lever, take a TRAX bolt and slide a singular silver washer over the thread at the back. Then poke it through the bottom of the plinth. You can now place and fasten a nylock nut on the rear bolt right before the nut touches the base of the plinth. To make sure the nylock nuts are fastened correctly, you can give them a wiggle. If they move similar to what is being shown, they will allow for smoother sliding when attached to TRAX. Then, on the front thread, place a spring washer and barrel nut finger tight. Flip the plinth around so you have access to the rear. Take a TRAX bolt and place a silver washer over the back thread. Then poke it through the bottom of the plinth using the last 2 available holes. Take a nylock nut and place it over the rear thread and fasten till before it touches the base. Then over the thread at the front, place a spring washer and barrel nut finger tight. Follow the same steps for the remaining bolt. An important thing to note is that none of these bolts should be fastened when the plinth is detached from TRAX. This can warp the TRAX bolts. When the plinth is free, make sure all barrel nuts on the base of the plinth are loose. Your A-series plinth is now ready for height adjustment and is TRAX compatible. If you would like to find out how to adjust the height and use this plinth on TRAX, click the video links that appear after this video.